Back to Hannity. Donald Trump and Macy's went their separate ways earlier today over comments that he made about illegal immigrants. Now, the retail giant issued a statement which reads in part, quote, "In light of statements made by Donald Trump, which are inconsistent with Macy's values, we have decided to discontinue our business relationship with Mr. Trump." Donald Trump, he released a statement of his own, and he wrote on Twitter, quote, "For all those who want to make America great again, boycott Macy's. They are weak on border security, and stop illegal immigration." Earlier this evening, the Donald spoke with Greta Van Susteren.
I'm very, very strong on border control and border security, and they probably aren't. I'm also strong on making great trade deals with other countries, and I guess Macy's probably isn't. And they were folding like a bunch of bandits, and frankly, I said, let's just sort of end it. I said that to them last night. So I think it's sort of a mutual thing, but maybe I sort of gave them the out. There's pressure being put on them by certain groups that, you know, these groups they go around. I guess I don't know, maybe they make a living doing this stuff, but, you know, I'm okay with it. I have nothing against Macy's. I don't like the fact that people are trying to be so politically correct that they don't do the right thing, however, Greta.
Here now with reaction, former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani. As we're talking, I feel a little bit like an expert here because I've been all the way from the Rio Grande, all across the border, through Texas and Arizona, horseback, all-terrain vehicles, helicopters, boats. I've seen drug warehouses, floor to ceiling. I've been there with arrests of criminals. I've seen tunnels dug from up close and personal. And we're going to show it as we talk. What do you think first about a statement?
Well, first of all, I've been involved in border security since 1981. When I was in charge of the Immigration Service in the Reagan administration. They were one of my agencies that I was in charge of. And I've been on the border many, many times.
Yeah, and by the way, those are guys that I saw arrested. Border.
Yeah. And here's the reality. Donald, who I love, and I really mean it. I think he's a great man. I think he's a wonderful father, and he's been terrific for America. I just think he got it reversed.
What do you mean?
Well, here's what I mean. Most of the people coming over the border, most of them, are coming over to work. They're working in California, they're working in Texas, they're working in New York, they're working in the restaurants in most of the places around here. They're coming over illegally. They shouldn't. Now, when you allow that to happen, you create a nice crowd in which drug dealers can come over, rapists can come over, terrorists can come over.
And it's happening.
Right. It is happening, and it has happened, and here's where I end up agreeing completely with Donald Trump. We have to seal the border. We got to stop even the good people.
You wish he said it the other way.
Yes. We got to stop the good people from coming in so the bad people don't come in with them. Because if good people can come in illegally, bad people can come in illegally.
Including ISIS.
And now including ISIS. So his end result, which is to seal the border, and then let's let the good people come in legitimately, get a picture of them, let them go work on the farms. Let them go work in the restaurants. Fine, I love that.
But you know what?
They've got to come in legally.
Legally. But we have 93 million Americans, Mr. Mayor.
Someday,
by the way, that's a tunnel.
If you
dug from in a office building, goes right to Mexico. We went down in the tunnel.
Some night, if you got some time this summer, we'll spend 15 minutes. I'll bring you my map that I did in 2007 when I was running for president, and I've shown it to 3 candidates as to how to seal the border. I have exactly the way to do it.
I actually was up in New Hampshire when you gave that speech.
Okay, so you do anywhere from 20 to 40, let's call them police precincts, but border stations on the border. In there, you put 200 to 300 Border Patrol agents. Those precincts are no more than 20 miles away from every point on the border. You then utilize camera equipment, you utilize sensor equipment.
Motion detectors.
And the minute you see people approaching the border, within minutes you can have 200-300 Border Patrol agents there. You stop them, you send them back.
So we can control the border completely.
It's going to cost money, a lot less money than how we're getting hurt. That'll keep the bad people out. And then here's the second thing we do. We make it easy for the good people to come in. If a guy wants workers from Mexico to work on his farm, he should be allowed to have them come in. Because, frankly, people in America aren't doing the work. When Arnold Schwarzenegger put the National Guard on the border of California, within 3 weeks, all the farmers from the middle of California, which is the Republican part of California, the only Republican part of California, came and complained and said, if you don't let them in, we're going to go broke. Well, those are the people we want to come in legally. But they should come in, they should be identified, they should pay taxes, they should be allowed to go home. When they come back, they should come in again, pay tax. So we keep track of them.
I don't think we should give any citizenship to anybody that didn't respect our laws. You agree?
I agree. No, not completely. No.
Why? Why should they be rewarded with citizenship?
It depends on how they disrespected our laws.
They came across illegally. They entered illegally, not respecting our sovereignty.
To get a job so they have a better life for their family. So you put them on the back of the line, make them wait a long time, let them speak English, let them pay all their taxes. I worked for President Reagan when he did amnesty.
He said it was one of his biggest mistakes.
Well, it wasn't. And the reality is, and there are some of these people that are extraordinarily good people.
Of course they are.
And they'd make very good Americans. And in fact, some of them have better work ethic than a lot of our Americans.
I don't even disagree with that.
And we have to separate them. So I say coming over the border illegally is not like murdering somebody. It's not like raping somebody. It's not like robbing somebody. It's almost, if you were living in that condition, you might want to do it. So I would give you a hard road to becoming a citizen, but I am not one who's against possible citizenship for those people.
All right, Mr. Mayor, appreciate it. Good
Thank
to
you.
see you as always.